The Christian faith of General Francis Ogolla has stood out in the last 2 days of mourning, with fellow servicemen and also his family speaking boldly of a man who served in the army of the Lord in the 4 decades he worked in the military. Despite the grief of losing a father, Ogolla's son, Joel Rabuku Ogolla, indicated they are comforted in knowing that their father is with Jesus Christ, the man his father looked up to. NTV's Ruth Sarmwe now reports about the general in the army of the Lord.
The mourning of General Francis Ogolla has revealed the other side of a man likened to King David in the Christian faith, a man who was after the heart of God. His faith resounding among the outpouring tributes, with his family describing him as a man who boldly lived out his belief.
Firstly, you've heard from Bishop Lele about his love for God. Somewhere in that helicopter wreck is his Bible, which was his most precious possession. Anyone who worked with him in DHQ, MAB, Lab, wherever, can attest that he always had a Bible with him.
Ogolla has been eulogized as a humble man.
He understood that his position was temporary and it would always end. Matthew 5:3, it says that blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. He was the poorest man in spirit. Hizi cheskas mingi, ofisi kubwa, watu kumuita CDF, general, sir. To him it was all vanity. It was a necessary thing for him to be able to fulfill his job, nothing more.
Rest in eternal peace.
Yesterday,
Amen.
His son Joel indicated they were mourning with joy since their father had gone to be with his friend Jesus.
Very many sad faces, but General would just be wondering what people are so sad about. We as a family are leaning on his faith, on our own faith, and on the faith of Jesus Christ, which was his corner rock and stone for everything.
On 11/25.
And just but to cement his faith, this viral video that has been shared widely on social media following his death shows Ogolla sharing his thoughts on the role of faith in military during the 50th anniversary of the Life Ministry, a program he had been for a while. He lays bare his belief on the three-pointer speech that touched on how his faith enabled him sail through the highs and lows of military, especially when faced with the death.
John 11:25, where Jesus said to her, I am the resurrection and the life. He that believes in me, though he dies, yet shall he live. This gives me the assurance that life on earth is in God's hands. And when it ends, because of my faith, I know, yet shall I live.
His faith was followed by actions, and tomorrow, this church, the ACK St. Thomas Nduru, which he contributed in its building, will be commissioned before his burial. He was planning to attend the ceremony. And though his final rites will be conducted the military way, his wishes to be buried like his role model Jesus Christ will be adhered to in honor of his memory.
Jesus himself, how he was buried. He was wrapped in a sheet and put in a tomb. Right now, Mzee is wearing the uniform he donned for number 1 functions, but tomorrow we'll be wrapping him in the sheets. We'll extract him from the casket and lay him in the ground so that he can return to us dust as quickly as possible, just the way he wanted it, and just following the man he admired the most, Jesus Christ.
And in the words of the fallen general, let faith and hope remain the only light at the end of the tunnel in the darkest hour. Ruth Sarmwe, NTV, Nakuru.